Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful way of thinking about building the future. It's not about doing what everyone else is doing, just a little bit better. It's about creating something totally new, taking that leap from 0 to 1. And this idea, which is inspired by the entrepreneur Peter Thiel, just flips conventional wisdom on its head. We're often told that great ideas are obvious, but this suggests the exact opposite. The truly valuable opportunities, they're usually hidden in plain sight, just waiting for someone to look where no one else is bothering to. You know, most of us are taught to see business as a kind of war. It's all about fighting for market share, beating the other guy. But what if that whole mindset, that constant focus on competition, is the very thing holding us back from creating real lasting value? Okay, this slide really gets to the heart of it. Most companies, they live in the world of 1 to N. They see something that works and they just try to make a slightly better version. That's basically globalization in a nutshell. Taking one successful model and just copying it over and over. But going from 0 to 1, that's a whole different game. That's technology. It's about creating something that has literally never existed before. And this quote right here, it just nails the problem with that 1 to N approach. I mean, when everybody is just copying each other, you get stuck in this brutal dogfight. Rivalry just drives prices down, it squeezes your margins, and pretty soon nobody's making any real money. The goal isn't to be the last one standing in a brawl, it's to invent a brand new game that only you know how to play. So, how do you actually escape this competition trap? Well, you have to go on a hunt for what Thiel calls secrets. These are valuable truths about how the world works that most people haven't figured out yet. And this question, this is the key that unlocks the whole thing. It forces you to think outside of what's popular, outside of what everyone else believes is true. A good, contrarian answer to this question isn't just a fun little thought experiment. It could be the tiny seed of a company that actually changes the world. Now, a secret isn't some mystical fantasy. We're talking about a concrete, valuable opportunity that everybody else has just missed. It could be a secret about nature, some new scientific discovery, or it could be a secret about people, some deep, unmet need that society doesn't even know it has yet. The problem is, our whole society kind of pushes us away from this kind of thinking. From the time we're kids, we're told to take small, safe steps. We're terrified of being wrong. It's so much easier to just get complacent and assume all the big discoveries have been made. And in our globalized world, we think, hey, if this was a good idea, someone smarter in some other country would have found it by now. All these beliefs create massive blind spots. Okay, so finding a secret might sound a little abstract. How do you make this practical? Well, there's a business strategy for it called white space analysis, and it's all about mapping these hidden territories. See, a real white space isn't just an area where nobody's selling anything. That's a common mistake. It's about finding a significant, unsolved problem and then seeing a clear, protectable way to actually solve it. It's that sweet spot right at the intersection of what's possible and what's desperately needed. So how do you map it? Think of it like you're putting on 2 different pairs of glasses. First, you put on the technology glasses. You ask, what is possible today that wasn't possible before? Is there some breakthrough ahead? Then you switch to the unmet need glasses. What deep problems are people struggling with that nobody is fixing? The magic, the real opportunity, happens where those 2 views overlap. All right, so let's say you've found a secret. You've mapped out the white space. Now what? How do you know if you've got a world-changing idea or just, a fun little hobby? That is where the Monopoly Playbook comes in. It's how you test your idea's potential to become a durable monopoly. And the whole goal here is to build what the investor Warren Buffett famously called an economic moat. Now, we're not talking about the evil, top-hat-wearing monopolist from the board game. We're talking about creating something so valuable and so unique that it basically becomes its own category, completely protected from those destructive forces of competition. This slide is the ultimate test. It's Thiel's 7 questions. And for a startup to really succeed, it needs a strong answer to all of them. It's a really tough filter. Take the engineering question. Are you creating something 10 times better than the next best thing? Or the monopoly question. Can you totally dominate a tiny specific market to start with? Each one of these, from timing to your team to distribution, forces you to be brutally honest about whether your idea can really last. Let's zoom in on that people question, because Thiel's take on this is just fascinating. He argues that the best startups are basically like cults. And he doesn't mean that in a bad way. He means they're like these tight-knit tribes of people who are fanatically devoted to a shared mission. They all believe in the same secret. This is the total opposite of a consultancy, right? Where people are kind of interchangeable and don't have that deep connection to the mission. So, when you put all of this together, you start to realize something really important. This framework isn't just a recipe for a profitable company. It's actually a blueprint for building a fundamentally different and hopefully a better future. You know, we hear all this fear about technology and AI replacing humans, but the future doesn't have to be this zero-sum game. The most valuable companies of the future won't be the ones that make people obsolete. They'll be the ones that figure out how to empower people, to help us solve problems we never thought were possible. And this slide shows exactly what that partnership looks like. We're moving towards a human-in-the-loop model. Think of AI as the ultimate co-pilot. It can handle all the massive computation, finding patterns in data that no human ever could. But we, the humans, provide the wisdom. We ask the right questions, we interpret the context, and we make the strategic calls. It's an incredibly powerful team. So let's bring it all home. The playbook is pretty clear, right? Stop fighting over the same old scraps. Go out and search relentlessly for a unique truth that everyone else is missing. Start small, dominate a niche, and from there, build a durable monopoly that uses technology to empower people to solve really hard problems. And that really is the ultimate question this whole framework leaves us with. It's a challenge, not just for entrepreneurs, but for anyone who wants to help build a more optimistic and exciting future. Thanks for joining this explainer.